Chris and Mark fire, and we're racing for the late models. Mark with the early advantage into turn one, likes the top side. Chris really tight on the bottom lane. Mark, we saw him like the high side, goes in the corner, pitches it sideways, gets that good rotation to the middle. They're 3 wide for fourth there for a second. Eli in the 25 on the bottom, trying to stay off of the left rear of the 53. Man, it's bumpy. That 53 is bouncing and bumping like it's got a radio station. Ooh, they make contact. That's Kevin Ute in the 53. Might have to come back to him a little bit later on. But the battle is still for the lead now. Chris Hawkins on the bottom. Slowly reeling in your leader, Mark Tackett. Lap traffic's going to be a factor for the late model race. 13 of Chris and 13C, one almost sideways and spinning. But now the battle is side by side for lead. Chris is trying to work the inside line. Chris Hawkins is able to work the bottom lane through the middle and just stay there, but just hasn't been able to have a nose at any point of the corner. On the Show Me Dirt live stream. They're going to the bottom. Trying to roll the middle. Mark's run the bottom lane, just doesn't have the rear drive like I talked about earlier. These are crate motors, so they're not super lates like you see from Roll of Outlaw. They're a lot more affordable and usually a lot better racing, especially on the short tracks. But it has enough power to spin the tires, especially through the slick. He's just sideways the whole time through the corner. But we're halfway at the start-finish line now for Mark Tackett. As a 3 wide, man, that thing's handling has gone away. No rear drive. But if we can go back to the 53, as I was talking about before, see how that thing is, man, that thing is bouncing. That could be a bad shock. It's working because this track is so slicked off, so it's got the car tight, but it's just bouncing. I hope he doesn't have a headache by the end of the race, but that is how rough dirt tracks could get. But now we're seeing the battle for the lead start to heat up once again. That's Camden Perry and Mark Tackett out front. Does Camden have anything for him? He's got it through the middle, picking up the left front. He's got a good exit on the bottom. Really working the bottom lane. See, right through the middle, not through the bumps down on the bottom. He has a nose, is going to lose it from the run on the outside from Mark. They're both entering the corner about the same. They're the two that are doing the same thing as they go in the corner. They kind of get into the corner, jam on the brake pretty hard, get it sideways. But now, Camden Perry able to get around it. We have a flat tire possibly. In the number 1, they're almost going to spin for the lead. Ozark Limited Late Model Series presented by Aero Vision. Green, white, checkered, 3 to go. Mark fires, back green. Good restart, they dive off into 1. Eli tried to roll the bottom lane, it didn't work out there. It's going to be Camden Perry with the lead down into 3. They're all battling for the high side as they all go into the 3rd turn. Camden Perry really bottom rolling. It seemed to work out. Mark still on the high side, the 25 of Eli trying to catch him. Well, white flag is in the air. Camden Perry took the lead on that restart. Runs that bottom lane like a catfish. He's going to come to the line and win the Ozark Limited Late Model Series victory.